Hi, and welcome to video 1 for lesson 1 of semester 2 on chapter 3, section 4, compound interest. This is a little FYI, no need to write anything down. It says Ben and Jerry's was going to be a bagel company when Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield ended up changing their mind because they found out how expensive the machinery to make bagels was going to cost. Instead, they took a $5 correspondence course and they invested $12,000 and converted an old gas station in Vermont to Ben and Jerry's ice cream parlor. The rest is history. Here's an illustration of what would happen should you decide to buy a washing machine that costs $500. In the left-hand side, we see what would happen if you deposited $100 for 5 months towards the purchase. And on the right-hand side, we see what it costs if you just charge it and paid it off at $100 a month. You can see that you earn $6.30 in savings on the one side, and you get charged $19.38 on the other. All right, let's go back to our last notes page. This is the last lesson of semester 1. This was day 2 of 3.3, simple interest. I have written a question in here that you're welcome to use. How do I isolate the t in I equals PRT? And the answer is to divide both sides by PR. So what I'm saying is something like this. I'll give you a quick I equals PRT, and we divide both sides by PR. These two over here cancel out, and what we end up with is T equals I divided by PR. When you get that question down, or any question you choose for that day, please circle your 24. Hopefully your 10 is already circled. Please title your next notes page 3.4, Explore Compound Interest, Day 1. Our learning target is I'll be able to understand the concept of getting interest on your interest and be able to compute compound interest using a table. Please stop the video, and when you're ready to proceed, hit play. I would like you to read page 137. I have these slides available if you don't have a copy of the text. And define this vocabulary: compound interest, annual compounding, semi-annual compounding, quarterly compounding, daily compounding, and crediting. Compound interest, again, is the idea of earning interest on your interest, and annual, semi-annual, quarterly, and daily are the different ways that interest compounds. Crediting is the actual act of adding the compounded interest to the principal. These words, however, are defined in our reading. Here we go. Here is the first 2 paragraphs of our reading. What is compound interest? I'm not going to read it for you, but I do want to point out that compound interest, one of your vocab words, is defined. Money earned on the money deposited, plus the previous interest. Please write that down, and when you're ready, hit play again. Here is paragraphs 2 and 3. And it defines the different types of compounding we talked about in our vocab. Annual, every year. Semi-annual, twice a year. Quarterly, 4 times a year, every 3 months. Daily compounding is, of course, every day, so 365 days a year. A record of interest earned and added to an account is called crediting. When you get done reading this, please press play again and go to the next page. Here is a copy of our example 1, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, but I did want you to see what it looks like in our text. What is compound interest? Compound interest is interest that is added to your principals and then collects interest itself. Could it be compounded every hour? Sure, it could be. How many hours are in a year? Well, we'd have to do 24 times 365. I'm not really up for that, but you get the idea. Could it be compounded every minute? It could. It's a logistical nightmare, but you could do that, yes. Here's example 1 from our page 138. It asks us, how much interest would $1,000 earn in 1 year at a rate of 6% compounded annually? What would be the new balance? So we're going to use our formula from 3.3, which is I equals PRT, Interest equals the principal times the rate times the time. In this particular case, we have 1,000 times 0.06 times 1. When we plug that into our calculator, it equals 60. The new balance, of course, would be 1060, 1,000 plus 60. All right. Let's go. Examples 2 says Maria deposits $1,000 in a savings account that pays 6% interest and is compounded semi-annually. That is twice a year. What is her balance after 1 year? So, again, we're going to use I equals PRT. Our principal is $1,000. Our rate is 6% as a decimal, which is 0.06. And, of course, 6 months is 0.5 of a year. We plug that into our calculator, we get $30. Then we add that to our principal. 1,000 plus 30 equals, obviously, 1030. Now, we do it again for the second 6 months. Our principal now is 1030. It has compounded. Times 0.06 times 0.5. And that equals $30.90. So, we add that to our principal. And our total after 1 year is 1060.90. Get that down and we'll go to our next slide. Here's another problem, same idea. It's going to be, again, I equals PRT. In this case, 4,000 times 0.05 times 0.5. We plug that into our calculator. It equals $100. So we add that to our principal for the second 6 months. And now our equation is 4100 times 0.05 times 0.5. And our answer for interest for the second 6 months is 102.50. And to get our balance, we add it to the principal. And after 1 year, we have $4,202.50. Please get that down and we'll go to the next slide. All right, look over your notes page. Please underline anything that's important and circle your 10. Here is our work. It is application problems 2 through 4 on page 141 and 8 on page 170. It is assignment number 16 in Canvas. The first assignment of the first day of the week for section 3-4. Thanks again for showing up, and we will see you next time.